Hello friends, today we'll be covering section 82, that is contribution to mortgage debt. It is often known as doctrine of contribution, or you can also file a suit, that is contribution suit for contribution. This has been divided into two paragraphs. One is so far as when the mortgages, that is they are owner of the mortgager is owner of two or more persons are owner of a property. Then they have mortgaged this property, whatever interest they have got, whatever contribution they have made in that property. And in case they take money on that property after mortgaging that property, and in case they redeem the property, if one of the persons redeems the property on behalf of all the mortgagers, then the share which the other person has paid is entitled to get back the share from the other mortgager. That is what is the rule of contribution insofar as para 1 is concerned. And the charges which the person has borne in redeeming the property, that also has to be shared by the other person. Let us understand this by virtue of an example. Doctrine of contribution. Now this is an example. A, B, and C are owner of this property. Now they are in need of money. In other words, A, B, C are mortgager or owner of the properties. And in this case, all of them have the right of redemption so far as whatever money they have got. Now B and C are not able to make up that amount to redeem back the property. So A on behalf of B and C makes up the amount and redeems the whole property, see that the property is not sold. And he steps into the shoe of D, that is, a D is a mortgage. They have taken loan from D. That in this case, A, B, C are the mortgagers and D is the mortgagee, and there is only one property, and this A, B, C are the owners of the property. In such cases, when A redeems the property from D, whatever contribution, whatever share they had, whatever loan they had taken from C, from D, B and C will have to share that part. They have to contribute to A. So in case B and C fail to pay that money, A has a right to file a suit for contribution from B and C. And so far the charges which A must have incurred in taking back the property from D, that has to be borne by B and C also. So A, B, and C will have to share the charges, whatever A had incurred in redeeming the property. So far as paragraph 1 of 82 is concerned, section 82 is concerned. Now for a moment, just going back to section 82 and seeing the second paragraph, where two properties belonging to the same owner. Now the property belongs to the same person and there are two properties. One is mortgage to secure one debt. So one property is mortgage to secure one debt, and then both are mortgaged to secure another debt. Now, both the properties, that is what was already mortgaged, in addition to that, one more property is mortgaged to secure another debt. The former debt is paid out of the former property. The first debt, the first mortgage, that money is paid out of the former property. Each property, then another debt, the next debt, another debt, and the former debt is paid out of the former property. Each property is in absence of contract with the contraries. Then, if there is no contract between the parties, then the law will fill up the gap. Liable to contribute ratably means whatever is left over after the clearing the first charge, first mortgage, whatever is left over, contribute ratably by the latter debt after deducting the amount of the former debt. Whatever is cleared from the former debt, whatever is remaining will be distributed ratably to the latter debt after deducting the amount of the former debt from the value of the property out of which it has been paid. So this is how the other part, section 82, second paragraph, second part will be dealt with. Now let us understand this by virtue of an example. Now, of course, here namings have differed. Please forgive me for the namings here. One person has got two property, X and Z properties. And the value of the property is 2000 rupees each. Now, X property is mortgaged to A. As I told in the beginning, the names have been once again mixed up there. A and again A is the owner, again A is mortgaged to A. So please forgive me that. So A has been, it OT remains, belongs to some C. Take it for granted that it belongs to C. It belongs to somebody XYZ, is the owner of the property, and X property is mortgaged to A. For how much? For 800 rupees, it is mortgaged to A for 800 rupees. And again, X property and Z property is mortgaged to another person, that is B, for 1600. So what we read in the earlier sections, then consequent of that, the sale has taken place. You have to clear the money, so sale takes place. X property is sold to C and Z property is sold to D. Now you have to clear the former debt. The first debt has to be cleared. The former debt, it has to be cleared from the former property, that is X, first sale. X property, that is X property will be cleared from 2000 minus the first loan, that is 800 rupees. You get 1200. And now the second debt is there regarding X and Y, X and Z property. So that will be calculated as 1200 by 2000. That is the other debt which is prevailing. 1200, 2000 is the remaining property, that is X and Y. Value of that property is 200 and 2000. So you take that proportion is taken to 1200 divided by 2000. We get the proportion of 3:5. The contribution will be 3:5. C and D will contribute ratably with 3:5. Now, making the denominator common, you make it 3 by 8 into 1600. That is the second debt. You get 600. Contribution from C is 600 and 5 by 8 into 1600. You get 1000 rupees, 1000, and contribution by D is 1000 rupees. This is how the calculation will be done. So by this, I think the example for the paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 is clear, and rules of marshalling will not be applicable in this kind of transaction. So by this video, I wind up my session. Thank you.